game with 14-14 left to play in the opening frame. Well, Mike, a good shift for Army there that gets them the goal, but, you know, we've seen by 2 shifts since then, and Air Force has really controlled play to start things out, even though they're down by a goal here in the opening 3 minutes of the first period. Another shot on net, saved by the Army netminder, and another face-off coming up to his right. Dubinsky will take the draw. Wins it back to the point. Tyler Hyatt is there. Fakes the shot, sends it down low to the corner. Now a pass to the near side, and Air Force scores. It's gonna be Steve Ludwig firing it in from the near side of the ice, off the side of the Army netminder and into the back of the net. Dubinsky and Hyatt should pick up assists there, and the Air Force team has tied the game at 1, 3 minutes and 6 seconds into the opening period. Seem to recall this line controlling a lot of play last year, Mike. You have to be definitely a little concerned as an Army fan when you see this group of forwards just remaining out on the ice after a goal.
You know, I don't know. Actually, I was just working on a tech issue, so if you guys are seeing it online, everything should be good to go. But we're now, what, 1-1? Wow.
Kicked into the zone by the Air Force and changing in front of their bench. Sent back up the wall.
I did get a roster. Let me get that email to you.
Oh, yeah, there we go. McClevey forechecking into the zone. Comes up the point to Venable. Now to Parrish in the middle for Air Force. His shot deflects just wide. Turning with possession is McAlvey. Back down to the corner. Another centering pass broken up by the defense. And now we have a penalty coming up against the Army. And it's going to be a minor penalty for roughing with 12:51 remaining in the first period. No penalty box attendance, so
really?
They have to let themselves into the box. Looks like it's Skidmore heading into the Army penalty box. And now we get to see our first power play of the matchup. Looks like they're having a discussion with the Army bench currently.
You know, both of these teams are actually mixed with both active and whatever non-active service members. So great group of group of guys. Hey, is that Luke over there on the Air Force bench?
Yeah, you got Cooley over there doing the assistant coach thing. And of course Hyatt, who has been a linesman for a lot of the Wolverines games and Seawolf games, Brown Bears games down in Soldotna on the peninsula where he lives now, out on defense for the Air Force team. Stone hands, but he's still got the skating from doing all that officiating. Here's a shot from the middle, and Air Force goes up 2-1. Little backhand worm burner, and that one was from McAlvey. And now it is a 2-1 game as Air Force takes their first lead of the evening.
It looks like the goalie was screened there. It didn't really, just watching here from here, it didn't look like he saw that puck coming much. Isn't the Wolverine is an Air Force guy, right? The mascot.
Yeah, Wiley.
Yeah.
Wiley's in. Wiley. He was actually on a deployment there for a good chunk of the season this year. Dumped into the zone by Air Force. Robinson opening up in the middle, looking for a pass. Instead, taken away, and now coming up the ice is Funk. His shot, glove save made by the Air Force netminder. Looks like they started out with Andrew Hernandez in net. Puck sent up the far side of the ice. 3-on-3 as Air Force crosses the blue line. Robinson in the middle, trying to get one on net. Ludwig will take it away now. Turns up near the top of the circle. Reverses, throws it into the skates of Robinson. Comes out with the puck, couldn't get the shot on net. Dumped in from the point now. Sunby trying to get it out into the middle of the ice, and Army will send this one the length. An icing call against the team in the Navy jerseys over to our right side with 11:27 left to play in the opening period. Air Force up currently by a score of 2-1, taking the lead off of the only power play of the game thus far.
You know, a little interesting fact, I actually played for the Army team up in Fairbanks.
What position did you play, Mike?
I was right wing.
Right wing?
Yeah. Mostly defense, but I like the right
I was going to say, you're probably a big two-way forward. It's all right. I was one of those in juniors, too. Third line grind type of guy.
I tell you what, though, I mean, you know, I had just gotten out of the Army, and they were having that big celebration, so I said, hey, can I play? I've been playing for a while, and they let me play, but, man, some of those young bucks, they just way faster.
Legs are the first thing to go.
Way faster.
Legs are the first thing to go. Hands aren't far behind. It's a lot of choppy stick handling out here, but that's okay.
I've talked to a bunch of these guys, and they said that, you know, they played through high school. Right after high school, they went to the service, and then they just found, you know, teams on base. It's not every single base that you go to that has a hockey team. I was at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and there was no hockey team there. But you come up to Alaska, where hockey's a big sport, and, you know, these guys are eager to get on the ice because they haven't played for a while. So. And
there's also a lot of guys that probably haven't, like you said, some guys that haven't skated for a while, but also some guys that are just getting into it because there's the team on base. So it's a pretty wide range of skill levels, and you'll kind of see the lines that are going out there against each other are usually the more experienced guys from each side versus the more experienced guys.
Well, you probably got the guys who could pass a PT test. They're your strong line.
You'd hope that would be all of the active duty members currently. Here's Hogan centering it into the middle. Save made.
Nice bat
Army.
over the post.
Sent back out to the neutral zone. Turner through the middle of the ice, turned it over. Army with possession. A shot towards the net. Tipped away. Hogan was hoping to be sprung for a break, and now puck trickles down into the near side corner. He gets to it first. Comes up the far side of the ice. A pass to the point. Instead, it goes the length all the way back to the netminder in Hernandez. Air Force will turn it around. They regain the zone. Army team turtling a little bit. They were just trying to get set up in the defensive end. I think all five of them were inside the blue line. Here's a move to the middle, and a nice save there from the Army side, as walking it through the middle of the ice was Zachary Parrish. Shot from the far point, deflected on net. Another save made there. Recollected by the Air Force side. Shot from the point by Turner, on net, save made. Venable knocking it down, and now a shot from the far side, and another nice save in front of the net. Air Force almost jumping up by two there. Mike, couple big saves by the Army netminder.
Yeah, it's almost like he's kind of warmed up and he's in his groove now.
9:17 left to go in the first period, almost halfway through the opening frame. Another face-off here on the opposite side of the ice in the Army defensive end. Parrish turns, sends it down low to McAlvey. Now up to the point. Tyler Hyatt's slap shot deflects just wide. Puck battle into the near side corner. It's sent up to the point and out. Ludwig retreating back towards the red line. Across for Hyatt. Passes up the far side. Air Force regaining the zone. Shot deflected just wide. Ludwig in on the forecheck. Army able to send it out of their own end, and now Air Force held up near the blue line. Having to wait due to offsides. Sent across the middle of the ice. Robinson pokes it in. Passed back up towards the red line. Moo had it bouted off his stick. Battle down in the far side corner. Centering attempt. Deflected away by the Army defense. They'll leave their own end now. Thrown across the middle. Moo back down the near side. Carries it around into the opposite corner to Funk up near the point. Sends one towards the net. Hyatt takes it away. He breaks it out to Robinson. Robinson gains the red. chucks one into the opposite corner. Air Force going for a change. Allows Army to clear their zone. Skated into the near side, and a shot bounced off the top of the crossbar. I almost thought that one went off the back bar, Mike, but the official right there waving it off. Here comes the Air Force team out of their own end. It's going to be Platter skating it across the blue line. Shot on net. Cleared out of the middle of the ice by Funk. Mendez back down low to the corner. Now up to the point. Fired back into the zone. Platter, near side corner, backhands it, looking to move the puck forward to himself down low. Now a shot towards the net, loose, out near the top of the crease, and another shot kicked aside by the Army netminder.
Looked like 18 there on the Air Force, tried to do a backhand, and the pad was right in the right place, the right time. Oh!
Another big deflection from the point. Another nice save by the Army side. Army clears the zone now. Couple big chances here for the Air Force squad in the last couple of minutes. Army able to keep this a one-score hockey game currently. 2-1 in favor of the Air Force side. They've scored 2 unanswered after Army got that early goal. Here's Hogan near the top of the circle. Backhand pass to the far side, and Dubinsky tucks it in. It's an easy goal for him, all alone over on the far side of the ice. A nice pass through the middle, finds its way right to his stick, and now it's a 3-1 hockey game in favor of the Air Force team.
They are coming out strong.
They were knocking on the door for much of that middle part of the first period. You had to assume it was only a matter of time before they added another one. Dubinsky taking the draw, wins it back. And here comes Air Force right back into the offensive zone. Nice play near the Army blue line, and now could be a 2-on-1. Up the near side of the ice, a move to the middle.
Nice setup.
Yeah, Hernandez knocking it away. Orton holds the zone, has a man lose his footing in the middle of the ice. Now a turnover, however, near the blue line. Hogan coming in with a partial break. Hogan shot just up and over the net. Held in at the far side of the ice. Dumped back down low. Turner unable to hold the zone. This one chipped forward. Jedlicki colliding with an Army forechecker over along the near side wall. Air Force has possession as a result. Dubinsky near the red line, ringing it into the zone. Army back in on the forecheck. Turner almost takes it away near the top of the circle. He's going to get some help from Parrish. Army, however, able to clear the zone. Move forward on the forecheck. Couldn't get to it in time. Turnover near the blue line. Army's defense again able to stop that rush. Here's Moo up the near side. On net, Hernandez kicks it away. Collides with one of his defensemen in front. Air Force, however, never lost possession of the puck after that shot. They come back into offensive territory. McKelvey carrying it around the net, back behind. Shakes off some pressure. Ludwig battling for it, taken off of his stick. And Moo getting drugged down. This one's absolutely going to be a penalty. And now he's going to receive some ire up near the red line. And now some hostilities.
Got the Army guys going.
I don't know if you saw how quickly Tyler Hyatt came in as the third linesman there, all the way back from the Air Force blue line, and just inserted himself right into the middle there. Never bad to have an extra set of stripes out there. Looks like Manning and McAlvey are both going to the box. McAlvey definitely getting that first penalty, and then Manning coming in after. So we should stay 5-on-5 here with 4:49 left to go in the opening period.
Well, if we are, then the Army didn't get the memo.
Yeah, that was definitely going to be a... Oh, no, we're going 4-on-4.
Yep, 4-on-4, okay. No,
maybe
1,
not.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, it's 5-on-4. Now we've got, what is it, Roethlisberger?
Rothermel, Hugh Tao,
Yeah.
the officials.
I think they're trying to discuss exactly.
I don't know what rule set we're using tonight. I don't know if it's USA Hockey. I don't know.
Well, they both got 2 minutes. So
if it's coincidental minors in USA Hockey, it's 5-on-5. And that looks like what we're going to be at. It'll be a neutral zone face-off, and now Army with the 5th man out on the ice. Juniors would be 4-on-4.
Yep.
NHL would be 4-on-4. But I mean, if it's a military game, we probably should be using USA Hockey rules, right?
Yeah.
Pass up the far side of the ice. Sundry retreating back behind the net goes the puck. Parker, he'll throw it around now. Army in on the forecheck. They're going to gain possession near side. Trying to work it up towards the point to Cruz. Instead, taken away by the Air Force. They have a 3-on-2 shot on net and the save made. 4:18 left to go in the first period now. The score 3-1 in favor of the Air Force team. Both teams getting some fresh bodies out onto the ice. Effort will take the face-off. One back to the point. Shot attempt. Kicked aside. That was Sam Parker from the blue line. Puck loose in the middle of the ice. Air Force comes out with it. Effort turning, shooting. Shot blocked. And now Army comes the other direction. Effort. Back across the blue line. Monahan strips him of the puck. Air Force regrouping near their blue line. Vellante into the zone. Pressured. Hangs onto the puck. Throws it up to Platzer on the point. Howitzer from the blue line. And the save made by the Army squad. Another stoppage in play here in the first period.
Well, Isaac, I heard you, you were planning it when you were down at Kenai, but you went down to Seattle.
Yeah.
And you saw the Mariners and the Kraken.
Mariners won. The Kraken lost, which was fine because I was wearing my Avs jersey and rooting for the Avs all weekend. Now, they didn't win the series, but maybe if I had been at all of the other games, they would have. They won 6-4 in Game 3. That was the one I was at.
Nice. Was it packed?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a sellout crowd.
Nice.
First playoff game in franchise history for Seattle. Definitely special to be a part of that, even if I was booing when everyone else was cheering. Didn't wave my rally towel all that much.
That's one thing I could say I haven't been to before.
Shot attempt from the point. Now another one finds its way towards the net. Air Force able to keep their 2-goal lead. Pass to the far side of the ice. A turnover near the blue line. Now it's going to be repossessed by Air Force. Still unable to break the puck out. Hogan will have to retreat to the back of the net. And now sending one off the skates of one of his forwards. This one trickles down the ice, and they're going to blow it at icing. That one was a little close, but give him the benefit of the doubt in this one. Both players out of the box for their respective teams. Manning and McAlvey.
We've got the chat room going. The cool thing that's what I like about the YouTube. You can actually see them chatting to you.
Yeah,
so
you don't have to email to my email.
People are saying go Ryan. This Bobby guy is pretty popular. He's been mentioned a couple times.
Mr. Dubinsky?
I guess so, yeah. There's Andrew.
He's definitely a big presence for Alaska hockey. Face-off, one to the side. Kicked out of the zone, Tyler Hyatt, sending it across to the ice to his defensive partner in Steve Ludwig. They're both going to retreat all the way back behind their own goal line, and now Air Force will quickly break the puck out of their own zone and into offensive territory. Centering attempt, turned around, and now it's loose out in front of the net. McAlvey's shot, tipped just wide. Thrown back around to the far side point. Held in the zone by Ludwig. Brown, top of the circle. Holds, throws one through the middle. Parrish and Moe were tangled up on the near side of the ice. Now the Air Force team back into offensive territory. McAlvey, nice move to the near side, carries it around, and another big save by the Army team. They're able to regain possession. This one is cleared back out to neutral ice. Platzer across, out in front of the Air Force bench. Now Platzer will cross the blue line again for Air Force. His shot, save made and just missed a stick on the far side. Held in at the point and now cleared out by Army as they go for a change. 1 minute left here in the first period. Here comes Air Force, this time dumping it in. Possessed by the Air Force team far side of the ice. They send one towards the net. It's still loose. Back behind the goal line and a wraparound chance. Big stop there by the Army defense.
Not quite a Michigan, but.
Looks like it was Orton getting a stick down in front of that, saving a pretty sure goal. Here's Army out of their own end. Now their turn to dump it in up the near side. Quickly taken away. And now here comes Gatto up the near side. Tried to make a move to the middle, taken off of his stick.
Their pants remind me of Tampa Bay Lightning. Kind of got that Tampa
pretty
Bay
sure they just straight up ripped the Lightning pant covers. They are the same pant covers for the Air Force. Dumped in one last time. That's going to do it for the first period of action. Air Force heading into the second up by a score of 3-1. We'll have that for you when we come back, so don't go anywhere. You're watching the Army Air Force game here from the Kelly Connect Center in South Anchorage, Alaska. Your score again after 1 period of play. It's Army 1, Air Force 3. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kelly Connect Ice Center in beautiful South Anchorage, Alaska for this afternoon's contest between the Alaskan Air Force hockey team, the Alaskan Army hockey team. Isaac Smolden joined by Mike Cook. 17 minutes back on the clock for the start of period 2. The Air Force team up by a score of 3-1 after one period of play. Army got the scoring started off early in the first. The Air Force team has responded with 3 goals, 3 unanswered. They take a 2-goal lead into the second period of play. Dubinsky taking the face-off for the Air Force squad. He wins it back to Hyatt. They're in the gray, blue, and white jerseys with those plagiarized Tampa Bay Lightning pant covers coming right to left across your screen. Army in the dress jerseys coming back the other direction, and a 2-on-1 for Air Force to start things off here in the second. Knocked aside by a great defensive play from the Army D-Corps. Now it's back behind their net. Tyler Hyatt down low, sending it up to the point for Dubinsky. Far side slap shot wide of the net. Hogan will pick it up at the top of the circle. Back for Dubinsky. Shot blocked in the middle by Orton, and now he's going to skate the puck forward. Orton across the blue line. Drugged down by Dubinsky, and we have a penalty coming up. I don't see any way how this isn't going to be a hook. Mike,
that looked intentional.
Look up hook in the dictionary, and there you go. There's a video of that.
Man. I actually just hit the restart play button, and if I'd have had the replay going, we could have shown that. But that looks almost too intentional.
This is going to be Army's first power play of the evening. Just 3 penalties called in the first. The Air Force capitalizing on the lone power play in the game. We had 5-on-5 hockey for coincidental minors halfway through. So now Army in offensive zone draw. A chance to get the game back to 1 just 50 seconds into the start of the second period.
Well, there's a shout out in the chat room right now. The brother of the Air Force goal netminder. He's saying hi there. William Hernandez says hi to his brother. He's a netminder for the Air Force.
Yeah, Mr. Hernandez has made a couple of saves tonight for this Air Force team to keep their lead through the latter part of that opening frame. Here's Funk at the point off of an Army face-off win. Now Brown from the middle of the ice, deflected in front. Hernandez with the stop, and Platzer gets it and fires it down the ice here to start the kill.
I'm trying to keep track of the shots here. And so far, I feel like Air Force has got more.
I would agree with you. You're wearing a lot of hats tonight. You're doing the production, you're doing color commentary, now you're doing stats.
Yeah.
Near turnover near the top of the zone. Army held it just inside, and a shot sent up and over the net. And now this one trickles past the stick of Funk. He'll have to head towards his own end to regain possession. Funk up the middle of the ice. Carried into the zone now by the Army team. A pass through the middle of the ice, back out of the zone. Funk will have to get to it at his own blue line again. Funk up to Dingle, now to Moe. Steps into the middle, maintains possession, far side, shot. Save made by Hernandez. Pushing and shoving in the middle, and now Parker's gonna head to the box here. It's gonna be a 5-on-3 power play for the Army team. 45 seconds left in the penalty against Dubinsky. And now Parker heading to the box.
Got a couple Rangers fans yelling over here.
Yeah, cross check right in front of the net. You know, if this is not a fun game between both teams where you have guys that different skating abilities, maybe you get away with that one, but
I mean, they try really hard to, I think, to match the line.
They do. In that case, you just have a mismatch in front of the net, and it's a decent shove. I mean, you got guys playing at this level. That is definitely a very easy call for the officials. You're playing at the junior hockey level, you're seeing those cross checks all the time, battling in front of the net. Definitely at the levels above that, but in this case, yeah, it's going to be a penalty. So now 5-on-3 for the Army team, a chance to get back within 1. They have possession up near the top of the zone. Here's Funk shot, tipped into the back of the net And the Army team scores. Funk shot from the point. I believe tipped in front by the man who drew the penalty. We don't have the Army roster in front of us, so it's hard to see the last name from here, but it's a great tip in front, and Army capitalizing on the 5-on-3 at 3-2 hockey game.
We'll get the replay for you next whistle blow.
Funk chipping it in. Same line out here for the Army power play, definitely getting their more experienced skaters out onto the ice. Here's Funk, shot, deflected away by Hernandez. A little bit of life in the Army side now.
Yeah.
A lot of fans up on their feet. Air Force really dominating play through much of that first period, and now all of a sudden, a little bit of hope here for the Army faithful. Face-off, won back by the Air Force team. Hyatt sending it up the point, held inside the zone. Here's a shot from the top of the circle, and now cleared down the ice by Air Force. Minute 20 left in the penalty against Parker. Hyatt gains possession after a missed pass. Air Force taking their time, just trying to kill some time off the clock. Deff it across the ice. Ludwig takes it away. Ludwig across the blue line shorthanded. Down into the corner, turns. Pass takes a bounce off of a skate, and now this one's going to go the length, and an icing call against the Army team with 52 seconds left in Parker's penalty. If we're playing hybrid icing, that one's going to get beat, but pretty sure it's instant once it crosses the goal line here with the USA Hockey rules that we're using this afternoon. 13:47 left in the middle frame. Face-off in the Army defensive end. One to the point, Ludwig chips it in. Back up to the top of the circle. Here comes Army at the red line, firing it right into the linesman. And now Dubinsky gets to it as a result off the deflection. Just elects to chip it back in. Sent back behind the goal line. And now a pass being fought for by McAulivey down low. Army regaining possession. 14 seconds left in their power play. 3-2 hockey game after they scored the most recent one of the game on the 5-on-3. Here's Mo down the wall. Hyatt, good body position, and now a penalty coming back up against Air Force as Mo tripped down to the ice, and looks like it'll be Hyatt heading to the box. A little bit of an extra shove after the stick was underneath. I don't know if it was him or the other defenseman coming back, but Army's going to remain on the power play.
I had my back turned for that one, and I didn't get to catch it.
Well, Army 1 for 2 on the man advantage tonight. Face-off, controlled by the Air Force team. Head of steam coming down the ice is Zachary Parrish. Maintains possession down to the corner, trying to get it out in front. A little bit of spring in the step here for these Air Force killers, trying to get that 2-goal lead back. Parrish down low, battling for it. Loose puck to Funk at the circle. Forward. Tipped back to the Air Force defense. A turnover. Orton just drops it there. Army back into the offensive zone, setting up on the power play. Pass doesn't quite connect in the middle of the ice. Now Air Force the other direction. 2-on-2. A slap shot from the blue line. That one's blocked by Orton. Down the corner. A little bit of body contact down low between Orton and Venable. Pass into the middle of the ice. Deflects off a skate. Comes out wide. Carried across the blue line. Touch to Funk. Towards the net. Play broken up, and the loose puck will skitter out of the zone. Back towards the Air Force bench. 42 seconds left in the power play for Army. And offsides called as they jumped into the zone just a bit too early. 11:31 left to go in the middle period. 36 seconds left in Tyler Hyatt's penalty. Kale Cotto taking the face-off against Mo. Wins it to the side. Mo kicking it forward to his stick, walks it into the middle, taken off of his stick, however, by the Air Force defense. And now they'll send it back towards their offensive zone. Quickly sent the other direction by Army, however. Mo's shot kicked aside by Hernandez. Turning and firing from the corner was another Army forward. This one bounces up to Skidmore. His shot tipped just wide of the net. This one loose in the corner. Air Force is going to come out with it as the penalty against Hyatt expires. One last dump down the ice while shorthanded. And now back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Army team 1 for 3 on the man advantage so far this afternoon.
You can't really hear it because these headphones do a great job of drowning everything out, but that Army section, man, they are just
getting a little rambunctious.
Yeah.
I think I saw a couple pitchers heading that direction. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. Shot up out of play.
But we love
from the
them.
Air Force team.
I mean,
yeah.
half these guys who come to the Wolverines game, they're the reason why we've got our pyramid.
You got, I mean, what else are you going to do here on a Saturday afternoon in Anchorage?
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Something.
Got that, what I would call the top line for Air Force back out onto the ice with Dubinsky in the middle. Responsible for a couple so far here in this contest. Air Force doing a good job in the faceoff dot here in the second period. However, they weren't able to get it down the ice, and now Dubinsky strips a man of the puck, gets a shot on net that trickles back behind.
Oh.
And they're waving him out of the crease. Now we got bodies coming together down in front of the Army net. The Army section on its feet.
Giving them what they want.
Yeah, another great body position by Tyler Hyatt, who just gets up on the near side and separates a couple of guys. This is a little reminiscent of what we saw last year. Definitely some extra activities after the whistle and that contest from last April. And now, you know, kind of after that second Army goal, you could feel things getting a little bit more tense in the building. A little bit of a closer hockey game. Army possessing the puck a little bit more. They get one to bring it back within one, and things, the tension in the building just.
I mean, because at this point you're just trying to get more and more goals, and you're up on the goalie, and that's the biggest thing is that goalie. You don't want to, hurt him too much.
Well, you don't want to see anyone get hurt in the
No.
fun rivalry game between these two branches, although definitely you'd be naive to say that there wasn't a rivalry there. Looks like two members of the Army team in the box here for that altercation. Hogan in the box for the Air Force squad. That means that Air Force is back on the power play, 5-on-4. They're 1 for 1 on the man advantage here tonight.
Have you seen the college hockey teams for Army and Air Force? I mean, they're I believe they're in the NCAA.
They are D1.
Yep.
Division I hockey teams.
Yep.
Couple of guys that we saw this year for playing against Anchorage, and actually for Anchorage, I believe that Joe Cesario, who joined the team near the deadline, is committed to Air Force. Ludwig to Hyatt in the middle of the ice, back up to Ludwig, to Hyatt again. Good puck possession and movement here for Air Force to start the power play. Good clear by Army after that shot attempt deflected wide. And now the Air Force squad picking things back up behind their own net. Ludwig crosses the blue. Down the wall. He's going to drop it. And this one fired back down the ice by Army. Good kill so far. It was a pretty quick goal for Air Force when they went on that power play early in the first. Dubinsky down the wall on his backhand, turns, throws it in front of the net. Kind of lost was that he threw his arms up for the Sully, saying that crossed past the goal line. And after that altercation, they got guys in the box. He was arguing his case. Ended up not getting that call.
For a second there, I thought I heard a whistle, but that's probably the other rink over there.
Yeah, there are 2 rinks here in the building, so
It's
can be a little confusing sometimes. Parrish poked off his stick, shot from Cotto, and a glove save made. No, halfway through the second period, the score 3-2 in favor of Air Force, but Army cutting the lead to 1 here in the middle frame. And compared to last year, Mike, this is a pretty competitive hockey game.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably got some different players than they did last year. But at the same time, the way this rivalry is working is when one person has the win from last year, the other team's going to want it even more. Army's always looking to bring that championship home because half the time they might get a day off.
Is there a trophy?
I think so. If I haven't seen anything here, but
Parker's shot just wide.
we'll have to see if their commanders can give them a day off if they win. We won the hockey game yesterday. Get a day off.
There's probably going to be some guys sleeping off hangovers that'll need the day off as well. Army out of the box. Air Force 1 for 2 on the man advantage this afternoon as we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Now a shot attempt from the far side of the ice. That was Jack Sunby missing just wide. Now a turnover in the Air Force defensive end. Shot save made by Hernandez. Puck loose back behind the net, recollected by the Air Force D. They'll throw this one up and out as it deflects off of a stick and wobbles its way into the neutral zone. Parker across the ice, far side, worked forward. Robinson to it, dumps it in from the red line. Here's Falante, near side of the ice. Gets it to the top of the circle. Centering attempt from behind the net. Steered wide. Jedlicki from the point. Another save made by the Army netminder, and Skidmore.
Oh, now we've got a race for the
some
puck.
Work to clear it up and out. And yeah, foot race down the far side of the ice. Good little battle there. Air Force looking for a call. They're not going to get one. No, a chance in front. Army almost ties the game there.
It looked like he slipped there. I'm gonna call slipping, but that's not a call.
It was a little bit of a shove. Pretty sure the game's supposed to be non-contact, but Army getting away with one there. Here's another attempt and a glove save made by Hernandez. Loose puck to the near side. Cleared out of the zone by Air Force. A little bit of frustration, I think, from their bench. They're expecting to be up by a little bit more this point in the game. Last year, I think they scored 11 on this Army team.
Yeah, last year it was a
it's a bloodbath.
Yes, that's a nice way to describe it. It was insane. So they must have been doing a lot of off-season training.
Shot attempt from in front of the net. Save made by Army. Collision and stick gets yard sailed into the air. Air Force repossesses in the neutral zone. Dubinsky's shot just wide. Here's Parrish from the blue line.
Must have a hole in a stick.
And I was going to say fakes the shot, but yeah, maybe. Chance on the far side. Dubinsky had a bit of an open net to shoot at, rolled off his stick. Now another slap shot. This one blocked, tipped up over the net. Still held in the zone by the Air Force team. Ludwig down the wall, into the middle of the ice. This one again tips wide. Ludwig picks it up, trying to carry it back to the middle. Top skaters out there right now for Air Force. Army just trying to hold on and get a stoppage, it seems like. Ludwig to the near side of the ice. Parrish, big save made from down low.
He could definitely tell that play was being developed there, and I could see it coming, and good thing that goalie was right there, because if he didn't move fast enough, that definitely would have went in.
Army clears the zone, gets a change. Air Force trying to regroup quickly, take advantage of that fact here on the long change in the second period. Pass from the middle of the ice, tipped out. Now Army is going to get a 2-on-0 coming back in, and they're
there's a whistle
at the blue line. The fans, they don't agree with that call, it seems like. There's a lot of pointing and calculations being drawn up with fingers.
He's definitely not getting the barbecue invitation.
The Air Force fans have responded with the "you can't do that" chant. I tell you what, Mike, if this one stays close, am I getting the police convoy out of the rink tonight? Because There are a lot of people in here.
Oh, I had to park.
I parked far away. I'm hoping I can avoid the mosh pit outside if this one goes into OT. Hogan to the point for Air Force. They've regained the zone. Platzer down to the corner. Pass back into the middle. His shot deflected up and out of play. Pretty quick second period here. Not a lot of stoppages in play. You had 2 guys in the box for coincidental minors that ended up having to sit for about 7 minutes or so.
I can tell you, though, it's getting heated.
It's getting heated. Good back and forth action, though. This is a much more entertaining game than what we saw last year. I know we keep going back to it, but a lot of guys, a lot of the same guys on both teams, and I think everyone's taken a little bit of a step forward this year.
Speaking of an intense hot game, I'm going to get some hot nachos probably in the between periods here.
Tell you what, that was the one thing we didn't do in Seattle was buy food at the rink. Didn't feel like spending $50 for 2 beers and a hot dog.
I heard bottled water was $8.
It's pretty brutal. I didn't even look, to be honest with you. we were pretty happy just to watch the game.
What did you get pretty high up? Mid bowl, low bowl?
We were down in the lower bowl. We were about 20 rows up, and that side of the ice, there were 7 goals out of 10 scored.
Wow.
I bet
it was loud in that arena.
Oh, it certainly was. 2 Nathan McKinnon goals right in front of us. And we have a penalty coming up here. It definitely was a bit of a shove in front of the Air Force bench, and I think that means that Army might be going back on the power play here.
Yeah, Air Force heading to the bench there.
Yeah, it's McKelvey heading in for the cross check. He's going to argue his case.
You know, you want to talk penalties, though. I was just watching the documentary on Grant Fuhr they got on Apple TV, and they were showing a bunch of the replay from the 80s and the 90s, and they were doing some stuff that's illegal today.
A little bit of a different game back then.
Definitely a different game. I mean, I was seeing players get off the ice without a helmet.
Well, Army back on the power play. They're 1 for 3 on the man advantage so far in this game, scoring on the 5-on-3 opportunity that they had earlier in this period. It's the most recent goal of the game that made it 3-2. Turner down low for Air Force, and he's going to take a hit back behind the goal line. That's going to even things up here as the Army power play quickly over.
Man, last year we saw a ton of goals. This year we see a ton of penalties.
Oh, we saw a ton of penalties last year.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the military.
That does confirm that it is a non-contact game.
Could you imagine if they made flag hockey?
Hockey?
Where you wore the flag belt?
Mike, how is that going to work? No, I can't imagine that. I can't.
No
contact. I can't get into
the physics of it.
I don't know. Where are you going with this?
I just saw that they were doing hockey.
Is it like
MMA.
flag football on ice?
Well, no, they're doing hockey MMA in Vegas.
Is that like the same company that's doing the slap fighting? Concussion Central.
No, I had read on the internet, which we can believe it's true, right?
Yeah,
but they were taking the
Abraham
octagon
said that.
and they were letting them fight. Oh!
Yeah, no, we're going to have some more here. I think both these guys are going to go as Orton and Ludwig getting into it.
He literally just pile-drived him into the ice there.
So I don't think that anyone can get suspended for next year. They play 1 game a year.
He's trying to get the fans going. That's what he's trying to do. I mean,
so now it's going to be, I believe it'll stay 4-on-4 with those coincidental minors.
He's staring at him going through the bench, too.
There's no penalty box attendance down there.
No. You could definitely tell the unit representations here.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're all going to shake hands at the end of this game.
Absolutely. Plus, who knows? Some of these guys are probably their bosses at work. They got to deal with them tomorrow or Monday.
4-on-4 hockey, 3:08 left in the second period. As Air Force clears the zone, Skidmore back for it in his own end. Pressured by Hogan, he's going to take it off the stick. And now a penalty, I think, coming up against Skidmore as he gets tangled up with Hogan. Hogan goes down as a result, and now Air Force will be back on the power play. More importantly, this is going to be 4-on-3.
We're running out of room in the penalty box here.
Standing room only very quickly.
Yeah, actually,
that one
had kind of give his seat up.
Yeah, that one, less of a violent hit in a non-contact game and more of just an unfortunate stick penalty.
You know, that's what really killed me when I played is, you know, sometimes you get into these situations and from the ref's eyes it looks like it was intentional, but
it doesn't matter if it's intentional, Mike. Just because your stone hands get caught up with someone as they're trying to go down for a breakaway.
I'm talking more like getting my stick caught in someone's stick
guys
eight
like
and
me
I pull.
just tearing it up in beer league hockey, beer league
Are
warrior.
you playing beer league?
No,
No?
I'm reffing beer league, which
Okay.
let me tell you, it's a much less fun experience.
Oh, man. Well, I can tell you
They
when
don't let you drink if you're officiating. Turns out.
Oh, was that before or after you had one? Yeah, I played beer league 1 year and was young at the time and went to go check a guy and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Don't hurt me." I was like, "What? What?
Yeah,
What is this?"
that's why it's non-contact.
Oh, we.
Does the
it was
VA
different.
pay for your broken arm if you get seriously injured in this game? Probably.
That's a good question. Good question. Well, it depends on your rating. Depends on how much of disability you have. It goes anywhere from 5% up to 100%.
Can you get disability for getting injured in the Army Air Force hockey game?
If you're active duty. If you're active duty. Because you're on active duty.
Well, you've got the probably top four skaters out on the ice for Air Force. You'd think that maybe Ludwig would be out there if he wasn't already in the box, but you've got Hyatt on the ice, you've got Hogan on the ice, you got Dubinsky out there, and then Jonathan Ferlate out to round out those four guys on the power play. And Air Force wanted a chance to get this 2-goal lead back. Couldn't really ask for a better opportunity than this 4-on-3 power play.
I'm really trying to figure out what's going on here. Are they trying to
they're-
get the goal? Or are
I
they
think
trying to
they're
get
working on the clock. Not able to line up that second penalty. Now they've got the 2 minutes on the board, so we should be good to return to play here. Air Force using that as an opportunity to draw things up. 4 pitchers coming out of the Army side. I'm sure those are going to come back full in just a little bit. Quick stoppage. So you've got 54 seconds left in the initial Army penalty. 1:10 left in that penalty against McAlvey. It's Figgenser who will be out of the box first if Air Force is not to score here. Quick dump down the ice by Army. He has the most recent goal for the Army team. He drew the penalty that put them on the 5-on-3, then tipped it in front.
Now, actually, I think these teams play more than one game a year, just not against each other until one a year.
I'm sure they're doing the scrimmages and such.
Yeah, I think they go against other men's league teams as well during the season.
Army clearing the zone.
That looked
Hyatt
very
almost,
like an
caught him
elbow.
going across the train tracks there.
Oh,
He's going to work it out of his own end. Army getting set back up in the triangle formation here on the kill. 13 seconds left in Figgenser's penalty. Hyatt from the middle of the ice sends it down low. Dubinsky battling with Funk. Puck sent up to the top of the circle. Shot faked, deflected on net. And now Figgenser coming up the ice, giving up, shot attempt, glove save made by Hernandez,
man.
and he hangs on.
that was insane.
Good opportunity there for the Army squad. I think we actually should be 4-on-4 here for another 4 seconds. Bit of a miscommunication. The
Well, I mean,
penalties on the wrong side.
If the refs don't catch it, you gonna say anything?
Well, either way, Air Force would be on the power play in another 2 seconds, and now they'll just start with the 5 guys on the ice. Nothing too hurt. Puck down in their defensive zone. They almost got scored on anyway with the guy jumping out of the box early. So now it's 5-on-4 hockey for Air Force. They stay on the power play. 1 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. Turner taking a hit. Puck sent up towards the point. Now Army will retreat back to their own blue line before flipping one up into the middle. McAlvey pokes it in. Takes a hit coming in across the blue line. That one, I don't think anyone's trying to cause that to happen, just kind of getting tangled up with near the blue, and Army back in the box here again. So 5-on-3 now for Air Force. 6 seconds left in the penalty against Skidmore.
It's almost like one person goes out, another one goes in.
Yeah. Well, penalty troubles, they cost Army a little bit last year as well. I don't think there's any malice there.
No.
So Dubinsky taking the draw. I will say Army's had to kill off a couple of key power plays from Air Force here in this contest, and they're actually going to start with 4 guys on the ice. So now it's Army's turn to have an extra skater out there shorthanded. And we're at 5-on-5 hockey here, and I think that the officials are going to make sure that we get back to the correct number of skaters on the ice. 53.6 seconds left in the second period. They're working on sorting this out. I think they're just going to take this back to the Army defensive end and, or nope, neutral zone face-off. They'll go last play.
Dubinsky, I wonder what he's saying.
Having a bit of a discussion with the linesman. I think he was trying to get that offensive zone draw. Wins it straight back to Hyatt. Hyatt to Hogan.
Oh.
Hogan wasn't able to gain the zone. Good poke check there from Skidmore. Back towards Hernandez. He gets it to Ludwig. Ludwig to Hyatt. He's going to saucer one through the middle of the ice. Set up at the point by Air Force here on the man advantage. Shot attempt, big eat there by Orton. That one deflects back out to the neutral zone. A lot of grit in this Army team, Mike. They're hanging around in this contest after it looked like Air Force had run away with it early.
Oh, I can definitely feel that they want to win this game, and they're trying everything they can do. But taking all these penalties is just keeping you down to 4 man the whole period, it seems like.
Puck is sent up to the point one last time. Hogan shot. Save is made. And this one trickles out to the neutral zone. Only 1 goal scored. It was scored by the Army team. They're down by 1 heading into the final period of regulation. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Army Air Force live broadcast here from the Kelly Connect Center in South Anchorage, Alaska. When we come back, the start of the third period of play. Your score again after 2. Army 2, Air Force 3. Welcome back to the Kelly Connect Ice Center in beautiful South Anchorage, Alaska, to tonight's contest between the U.S. Army hockey team, the U.S. Air Force hockey team. Isaac Smolden joined by Mike Cook here for the start of the third period of play between both these squads. The score 3-2 in favor of Air Force. They will start on the power play for another 50 seconds as Adamson is in the box for a tripping minor. Air Force, they jumped out to a 3-1 lead in the first period, Mike, and now Army has gotten it back within one. They scored the only goal of the second period. For Air Force, a little bit of frustration as they thought maybe they were going to be able to run away with one here early.
Not even close.
Now it's a one-goal hockey game. Air Force with the puck in their offensive zone. They're coming left to right across your screen. They're in the gray, blue, and white jerseys. Army in the dark navy blue with the red pants and yellow highlights running down the pants to the stripes on the socks and jersey sleeves. They're looking to send the puck down the ice here on the kill, just tying things up. 10 seconds left in the Air Force power play, who's 1 for 4 on the man advantage so far tonight. Hogan's shot, save made, and that will give us our first stoppage here in the period. Just 2 seconds left, and Adamson's penalty, 16-12 left in regulation. Air Force, maybe a little bit of a come-to-Jesus meeting in the locker room, Mike. We talked a lot in the second period about how they won. I think it was 11-3, 11-4 last year. Just not a close game at all. And credit to the Army guys after getting down early, just coming back, some big penalty kills, including another one it looks like right here. And, you know, really great job capitalizing on their chance that they got on the power play to bring the game back within one. Pass through the middle, big save made. Keeps it 3-2, and now Army will break the puck out of their own end. Moen Venable near the blue line. Penalty coming up. This one's going to be against Air Force, I believe, and touched up. Now they'll head to the box for a hooking call. Things have been tight on both sides, and heading to the box now, I believe, is Bobby Venable. So here's Army's chance to maybe tie the game. The power play goal that they did score was on a 5-on-3. I believe they're now 1 for 4 on the man advantage.
Let's see if they can get a face-off goal here.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Quick face-off win down the ice.
I was kind of hoping they would have done the face-off win in the left wing there. Could have just did a nice one-timer at the net, but he didn't connect there.
Yeah, Army scored both their goals here on opportunistic chances. Obviously, the 5-on-3. They scored the first one of the game on a partial break that snuck its way past the Air Force goaltender at the time, and Andrew Hernandez. And Air Force now switching up their netminders, getting everyone a chance to take the ice. Here's Adamson on the blue line. Air Force definitely the more technically skilled team when it comes to skating and stick handling, but Army's eaten a lot of shots so far in this game. They've done what they needed to defensively, especially in the latter half of the first and all of that second period. Army with the puck, a minute left in their power play. Dished over to the far side of the ice. Now sent forward, broken up in the middle by Robinson. Scrum on the half wall. Mo sends it to the near side point. Shot deflects up and into the netting, and that was a good chance there for Army maybe to tie the game. Good save made by Air Force.
Well, I think I don't know. The only way to really get it is to just start throwing shots on that net, because that goalie's made some incredible saves today. So.
Yeah, Hernandez definitely, especially on that last break towards the end of the second period.
I've been really trying to study his weaknesses, and I really can't see anything. He's pretty good.
Kicked forward. Army will dump it in. This one rings around the Air Force defensive end. Robinson chipping it up to the point, and now a stoppage in play as Air Force defender stands up a hit near the blue line. I'm not sure if this was for a hand pass, possibly. Don't think we had a penalty call. I think that was Deppet up near the blue line eating that body check. Army hasn't been able to gain much possession inside the offensive zone this power play, and Ludwig off the dump will wheel it around, all but finish the Army power play. Here's Ludwig into the offensive zone, trying to pass it through the middle of the ice. Unable to do so, Dubinsky back to Ludwig. Ludwig circling down low. Another pass to the middle, cleared down the ice by Army, and this one will go the length and icing call against the team wearing those dark navy jerseys. It'll come back to their defensive end. Air Force maybe just a little bit too cute, Mike. A couple of passes that aren't connecting. They've got some guys that have great edge work and probably some of the faster players out on the ice. I'd like to see just a little more carrying it in, just getting shots towards the net and crashing the net for rebounds. Lots of centering passes to no one right now.
Well, I think that's kind of what the Army's trying to do. They're trying to just crash that net and just try and see if they can flick one up in there. And then it almost looks like Air Force is really setting it up here.
So what you're telling me is that the Army guys are trying to play a physical, gritty game, and the Air Force guys are trying to be more technical and score some pretty goals. They have scored some pretty goals tonight.
That matches the mindset of the service.
I was going to say, I didn't serve, so I cannot speak to any stereotypes about either branch.
One of the biggest stereotypes is, the Air Force is the chair force, and they're very technical. And
Mike, you served in the Army. I don't. All of our Air Force viewers are probably going to be very upset with your biased opinion. Are you homering for the Army right now? I thought we were supposed to be unbiased here.
Look, even the Air Force needs heroes, right? That's what the Army does.
Dumped in by the Army team. Here's Parker. Circles. Pass up the far side. Now into the middle. Kyle's shot. Just missed wide, and now recollected by the Air Force. Venable into the middle of the ice. Pass doesn't connect. Skidmore will send it the other way. Now Mo taken off of his stick, thrown back into the middle by the Air Force team. Turning and looking to shoot was Parrish. That was a really nice move.
Yeah, really nice move. He just couldn't find anybody behind him to pass it to. Really
great edge work that we were just talking about. Venable from the point, throws one well wide. Parrish looking for a tip in front. Air Force team repossessing. Platzer throwing it through the middle. That one doesn't connect now. Air Force has to clear the zone for delayed offsides. Army squad sending it out of their defensive end. Picked up by Venable near the blue line. Works it forward to Parrish. Taken off of his stick by Brown. Now here comes Army the other way. This one tipped by Army just inside the red line. Air Force first to it in their defensive end. Collision in the middle of the ice leads to a 2-on-1 for Air Force coming back in. However, here's Mendez down the near side. His shot up and over. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Now Turner will skate it in for the Air Force team. This one deflects up but stays in play. Falls down to the ice back below the goal line. Air Force forcing a turnover down low. Pass through the middle. No one there. This one comes back out to the neutral zone. Turner across the middle of the ice. Now another pass turned over. Recollected by Jed Licky. Stripped right back off his stick by Mo. Mo in all alone, 1-on-5.
1-on-5. I don't think
Hangs on to it for longer than I thought he was going to up near the blue line. And now this one comes up and misses us by a couple feet.
There was a baby seat down there. I'm hoping that's an empty baby seat. But
did it go into the diaper bed?
No.
Good catch.
It went under the feet, kind of under the stands, and rolled it and hit her in the foot.
10:30 left in regulation. Army trailing by 1. Face off towards the goal line. Ludwig throws it around. Hyatt, backhand pass, back to Ludwig. Dodges a hit, and now we have a penalty coming up against the Army team here. If it's a contact game that isn't too much of anything, but in a no-check contest, it's going to draw a penalty, and Air Force has been able to hang on to possession of the puck. 6-on-5, and it trickled through the crease. Air Force still with possession as Army hasn't been able to touch it up. Robinson fires one right off the post. He's going to get back to possession, and now Army will finally touch it up. And Air Force back on the power play. It's a roughing call called against, I believe, Stein. And Air Force, who was not successful on the power play, scored on their first power play of the evening, but since then has not been able to find the back of the net. Another chance to maybe regain that 2-goal lead they've been looking for since early in the second period. 9:51 left to go in regulation. Dubinsky will take the draw for Air Force over to the close side of the ice. Dubinsky wins it back. Ludwig in the middle of the ice, touches it near side. Ferlate, far side, one-timer whiffed on by Hogan. Gets it back to Dubinsky. And now Ferlate has it at the top of the circle. He's going to walk it to the middle of the ice. Far side to Hyatt. Throws one through the middle. Finds its way back to Ludwig near side. He carries it into the middle. Has it near the top of the circle. Far side. Plenty of time and space. Walks it into the middle. His shot just wide. Ferlate regains possession. 30 seconds gone in the Air Force power play. Hyatt. Back through the middle. Ferlate shot into the back of the net. Air Force scores. And there you go. There's that pass right through the middle of the ice. They were looking at it a couple of times earlier. It finally connects, and not a lot that the Army netminder can do as Air Force has regained the lead. It's 4-2 with 9:12 left in regulation.
Well, it definitely looks like the Air Force is going to be holding on to this game this year, just like last year. You know, right now, 4-2, 9:12 left on the clock. Army's really going to have to pull out something to get back in this game, I feel.
Well, it took them so long to respond. They were able to do it on the power play. And, you know, once it got to that 1-goal game, a couple of great saves from their netminder, some great shot blocks, and they built a lot of confidence in that second period. And now, unfortunately, you get one put by you while you're shorthanded. It's going to take a lot of heart to try to battle back in. And Air Force, like we've been talking about, some of the guys out there are the better skaters on the ice. They've got them all on kind of those top two lines. Army showing a lot of improvement from last year, especially in their technical skills, but they're going to have to probably get a good bounce and take advantage of an opportunity from Air Force. That's how they've scored all their goals tonight, so opportunistic, and now they're going to need to jump at the next chance they get. Orton, I think, knocked his own man down to the ice. Only reason there's not a call there, and that's the other thing, is staying out of the box. A lot of penalties from Army here in the second half of the game.
Absolutely.
Puck battle in the middle. You can see Air Force put back on their heels in that second period. They seem a lot more determined to hang on to this lead this time around.
I'm getting that feeling that this is going to be a more intense last few minutes.
A lot more tense than last year. Icing called against the Air Force squad with 7:58 left in the third period. More than halfway through the final period of regulation. The Army team now trailing by 2.
That number 36 on the Air Force, though, man, he's someone needs to check his birth certificate. I almost wonder if he's Eligible. He's really short, really short. But he's fast, and it's usually the guys who are short are fast. And another hole in the stick. And a glove save, man.
That was a dangerous chance up top.
But they're trying to put them shots on the net. What is Gretzky saying?
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, there you go.
Face off. Won by Army. They dump it in. Battle down low. Bit of contact down below the goal line. This time goes uncalled. Johns working it into the middle. Army has numbers down near the front of the net, and a shot attempt went just wide. Back down below the goal line. Air Force has got to be careful here defensively. They're picking up their physical play as well, just trying to outmuscle some of the Army guys. Back down to the corner. Mendez has a man in front of him. Could be a break for Air Force. And now it's going to be effort down the near side. His shot right into the Army logo of the netminder. The
I
Army boys
literally
catch a
thought
break
that
there.
went in. Holy cow.
That's a dangerous chance, and at this point in the game, Army cannot give another goal if they want to stay in this one.
I'm looking directly at the goalie too, and it literally looked like he got that goal right in between his pads. But as a goalie, that's one thing you got to do is just hold it until you hear that whistle, because lots of times you're going to lose that puck in those pads and not know if it went in.
Shot attempt by Hyatt, deflected up and out. The Army fans cheering on their netminder. There's a face-off to his left. Kato will take the draw. This one won by Army. Loose puck on the hash mark. Robinson turns. Wasn't able to hold the zone for Air Force. Mo to the red line, dumps it in. Hyatt sending it up the wall, looking for a breakout pass. Things get stalled over on the far wall, and now Air Force, after a little bit of maneuvering, able to clear the zone. Robinson, top of the circle, drops it for Kato. Pass towards the net, blocked. Hyatt turns, rings it around. Sent back down the wall. Kato kicking it forward to his own stick. Sends it to the point. Here's Hyatt again. Holds, shot. Stayed down towards the ice, missed just wide. Another attempt kicked wide, excuse me. Air Force maintaining possession this whole shift, and now they send it down the length of them ice themselves. May give Army a chance for a line change. They're going to try a quick one as Ludwig turns it around. Stands up a hit. Air Force with possession. Here's a trip coming up against Army. Just a bad stick penalty in the middle, and definitely not intentional. A poke check gone bad. That's going to put Army back in the box late here in regulation. 5:38 to go in the third period, and it'll be Orton heading to the Army penalty bench.
Something that they don't need.
The Army
right
fans
now.
are, they're not thrilled about it.
I would say those are the ones who finished a couple of those boys.
I saw those pictures headed back over to that right side. Face-off, controlled by Air Force here on the power play. 2 power play goals so far. Wow. And that shot from Ferlate, very reminiscent of the one he scored to make it a 4-2 hockey game. This time kicked just wide. Parker down the wall. Couldn't hold on to it. Ferlate knocks it out of the air with his glove. Keeps it inside the zone. Dubinsky takes it away down at the goal line. This one thrown up to the far side point. Held inside the zone by Air Force. A pass goes awry, and able to clear it down the length of the ice is Figenser. Platzer with it. Just going to leave it there for Parker. Back across for Platzer. Carries it into the zone. Head of steam. Makes a move down low. Stops behind the goal line. Has room. Gives it up to the point. Slap shot. Deflected in front. Blocked by the Army defense. And now they will clear this one back out of harm's way. Good kill so far for Army. Another turnover near the Air Force blue line. Dubinsky's remained on the ice. 45 seconds left here in the Air Force power play. Venable down low, his shot, save, it's loose in front, and the whistle blown. Air Force in the crease, I believe, and this one's gonna come out to the neutral zone.
You can definitely tell, though, it looks like the Air Force is kind of just laying low. I mean, they're up two, and I think the Army has got to stay out of the penalty box, get most of their pucks on net, and see what happens. I mean,
yeah, that stick penalty hurts. If they can get out of this
just hold
power play
off.
opportunity, they should have about 3.5 minutes to try to get 2 goals. There's a big eat from Skidmore up near the top of the zone as this one trickles back to the Air Force blue line. A lot of block shots for Army in this game. Venable carrying it in. Puck taken away down low. Kyle run into the boards hard by Parrish down low, and now we're going to see Air Force back in the box. And Army will, after 7 seconds in Orton's penalty, go on the power play here again.
Just when you thought all was lost.
Yeah, great opportunity to try to get back into this game.
This is where you tell them, look, guys, you got a chance.
I don't know, it's a little bit early, but you do need 2. May see a goalie pull if you can gain possession down in the offensive zone.
I've seen miracles happen before. All right, let's go Army.
Face-off is going to be to the right of the Air Force netminder. One to the side by Air Force. Ludwig carries this one out of the zone. 4-on-4 turns into 5-on-4 as Orton leaves the box. Here's Ludwig crossing the blue line, and he is offsides. And finally, I think everyone gets the message. A neutral zone face-off. 3:29 left in regulation. 1:43 left in the Air Force penalty.
I don't know what was going on there. They blew the blue line.
I don't think anyone heard it.
No, but he skated around, and as he skated around, the ref was yelling at him. How you doing? Never a dull moment.
Cotto will take the draw for the Air Force team. Just looking to run out the clock on this one, up by 2 goals. Orton hoping to be sprung, and another quick stoppage in play as this one tips into the Air Force bench. Face-off will come to center ice. Cotto, again, winning it back. This time Orton, jumping up from the wing. Taken down the wall, loose puck in the middle of the ice. This one's gonna be poked out by Cotto. He's coming in on a breakaway. Cotto, middle of the ice, fakes to the backhand, and it rolled off his stick. The Army fans are sure to let him and the rest of the Air Force fans in the crowd hear it on that one. Cotto scoops it up again, gets an attempt towards the front of the net. Couldn't get the shot off. Ooh, and now Ludwig
right into the board.
Takes a
head
dive out near his own bench. Army coming into the offensive zone as a result, but they couldn't get the shot off. Here's Air Force back the other way. Ludwig back towards the blue line. Hyatt will retreat back towards his own zone, just looking to kill time off of this Army power play. 2:28 left in regulation. Have to be looking to the Army net to see when their netminder will come out to the bench for the extra attacker late here in regulation. First, they have to gain possession as Platzer carrying it down the far side, held it in the offensive zone, works it up to the point. And again, Air Force keeping it inside of Army territory. Venable down the wall. Platzer pokes it free, gains possession at the far circle. Under 2 to play in regulation as he just retreats back towards his own end. Parrish set to come out of the box. And Army finishes off the penalty kill behind their own net as we return to 5-on-5 hockey. Hyatt pressured, maintains possession, trying to carry it free. Eating it in the skates. 3 Army skaters down below the goal line trying to dig it out now. 90 seconds left in regulation.
I mean, you look at the Air Force, they really don't have much need for...
Yeah, they're just turtling up here for the last 90 seconds. Here's an attempt towards the net. I'll tell you what, that is the kind of bounce that Army's looking for if that one's able to roll through. Unfortunately for the Army team, that one stays out of the back of the net. They're looking at 1:19 left in the third period to try to get 2 goals. They'll have an offensive zone draw here to do it.
Okay, this is where I'm going to call it. You know, win the faceoff, get it to your wing, slap it in.
Brown, top of the circle.
Almost.
Shot went just wide. Army maintains possession. Centering attempt broken up by Platzer. He's going to send it up the wall. For Latte. Drops to Dubinsky. Shovels it on net. Kicked aside. 60 seconds left in regulation. Shot from the point by the Air Force squad, and then another save there. And I would have thought that you'd see the Army goalie come out, but obviously Air Force has done a great job of holding on to the puck for time of possession, and good thing that Army doesn't pull the goalie or this one would already be over. They still have a chance with 55 seconds left. Face-off controlled by the Air Force squad. It's top of the circle. Blocked. However, his shots back up to the point. Down the wall, Hogan again, a shot and a save made, but Army running out of time here. 32.6 left in regulation. They still trail by 2.
You think we can have him as the Wolverines' backup goalie?
Probably
Emergency?
past eligibility for that at this point. So I'm going to say no. Might have aged out just a bit before.
What is the age? Is it 20? 20.
Here's Orton coming in one-on-one.
That's what we need.
On his backhand, pressured into the wall, and now we're going to have penalties coming up for sure here as both of them get tangled up. May see an Army power play ultimately. Might not be enough. Just 14 seconds left now.
That would be a good idea if they get a power play, pull the goalie. There you go. Get a goal.
Parker heading to the box. So we'll Army gets there. Face off for Air Force behind their net. Comes up the boards. Will and 0.3 seconds. And that